Welcome to US Movie Recaps. Today we are going over Lookism. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Hyun-suk, a poor and overweight loner, is being beaten up while acting like a dog at school and is being bullied at the beginning of the chapter. He tells his mother that he wants to switch schools when he gets home, and he ends up getting angry with her. The next day in gym class, one of the men proceeds to slap Hyun-suk around and bully him. Suddenly, his mother shows up and confronts the bully, but Hyun-suk is simply made uncomfortable by this. His mother informs him when they get home that she had gone to the school to explore transfer options and he can transfer to a school in Seoul, but he would have to live independently as she is unable to leave her job. He seizes the chance to start over at a new school in Seoul, but things don't exactly go as planned. He makes an effort to be friendly when he meets a woman, but his actions terrifies her. When the girl's boyfriend shows up and assaults Hyun-suk, the incident is caught on camera and posted online. The following morning, when Hyun-suk awakens, he discovers another body lying next to him. He becomes aware of his ability to alternate between the two bodies while he sleeps. He is well liked by the girls when he first enrolls at his new school in the fashion design class because of his attractiveness. The boy who assaulted him is seated next to him, and his girlfriend is also enrolled in the class. Hyun-suk makes friends with the couple despite not being recognized and starts to like his new life. Jin soon finds that his girlfriend is also drawn to him. He becomes disturbed by this, but the teacher goes on with the lesson. When lunchtime rolls around, everyone is staring at Hyun-suk, so Hannah introduces him to the various student groups. He explains that because of his weak academic performance, fashion design was the only class he was able to transfer into when she asks him why he decided to enroll in it. Jin nods off since he's exhausted from testing out his new body the day before. He discovers what happened when he wakes up and finds himself back at home in his own body. As Hannah wakes him up at the conclusion of class, he tries to get back to sleep and succeeds in doing so. Hyun-suk also secures a job working evenings at a convenience shop, but when he visits the store in his other body to inquire about the position, the owner is eager to hire him. Hyun-suk clarifies that the position is for a friend. When the owner sees Hyun-suk in his other form, he tries to change his mind, but Hyun-suk impresses him with his brand expertise gained from his time working as an errand boy. When Hyun-suk begins to work, a group of men enter the shop to purchase cigarettes. Hyun-suk knows the men from his class and requests their identification. He declines their offer. Jin finds that his name is also Hyun-suk when he joins his buddies. He becomes angry at him and beats him once again. To keep Hyun-suk from calling the police, they take a picture of him in his underwear. Jin and his buddies make fun of beating Hyun-suk up the night before at school the following day. As Hyun-suk challenges them, Jin gets ready to fight him but is stopped by Jae, another student. Jin escapes and pursues Hyun-suk, but Hyun-suk has been defeated so many times that he can anticipate the punches and effortlessly avoid them. Jin's punch misses, shocking everyone in the room. Hyun-suk defeats Jin with a single punch to the gut as he keeps swinging. As word of the altercation gets to the other students, especially in the voice and architecture classes, they determine that Hyun-suk has to be disciplined. Hyun-suk also witnesses a dubious man late at night who steals something and then flees. When Hyun-suk pursues the suspicious man, he learns that the bullies coerced the man into stealing. The bullies then force Hyun-suk and the guy into a fight, but Bosco, who has a strong sense of justice and confronts the bullies, saves them. The following day, when Hyun-suk questions Hannah about Bosco, she reveals that he is the Burn Knuckle gang's leader in the architecture class. The Three Stooges join the group, and Bosco notices Hyun-suk hanging out with them. When Bosco approaches, Hyun-suk offers his gratitude for aiding him but quickly understands that it's for his other body. Bosco grabs Hyun-suk by the shoulder and employs a knuckle grip to discipline him. Yet Hyun-suk succeeds in escaping, shocking everyone. It was an oversight, as Hyun-suk says. As Bosco's friend intervenes to stop the fight, he admits that Bosco would have lost. Hyun-suk's power astounds the Three Stooges, who approach him and offer to be his friends. Hyun-suk is surprised to see Jin when they go out to eat as a group. They settle the conflict over a few beers, and Hyun-suk downs a sizable drink as the boys discuss a video from the previous evening. Hyun-suk smashes the phone before the guy can show the video. Due to the drinking, he eventually passes out and awakens in his alternate body. When he attempts to fall asleep again, a bizarre dream involving his former bully occurs to him. He scrambles to locate himself after realizing he can't transfer bodies. Hyun-suk is able to return and explains that he had to transport his other body home because he was instructed to pick up his companion. Hyun-suk meets Jo, the victim of bullying, the following day. They end up sharing lunch at Hyun-suk's place while Jo wonders why Hyun-suk is being so kind to him. When Hyun-suk's mother pays a visit, she notices him dozing off. As Hyun-suk comes back, he reveals that his son shares a room with him and that he works nights. Bosco just so happens to be present as Hyun-suk takes his mother out for coffee. The mother of Hyun-suk confides in him and feels at ease with him. She compliments him for being her son's buddy, but Bosco gets angry because he believes Hyun-suk is taking advantage of him. Hyun-suk's mother discloses that she had to take on a side job in order to send Hyun-suk money. When they depart, she gives Jean cash for the coffee, and when she departs, Bosco sees Hyun-suk steal the cash, which infuriates him. Bosco confronts Hyun-suk because he believes Hyun-suk is lying and using a different identity as an errand boy. While bewildered, Bosco assaults Hyun-suk. Once Hyun-suk successfully avoids all of Bosco's blows, Bosco demands the cash that Hyun-suk's mother paid him. Hyun-suk strikes back and spins to hit Bosco in the face, knocking him unconscious, seeing Bosco as another bully attempting to steal his money. Afterwards, Bosco apologizes for not being able to obtain Hyun-suk's money at work. He advises Hyun-suk to work out and tries to do some push-ups when a stunning girl enters, making him feel ashamed. The girl proves to be friendly and even offers to buy Hyun-suk a beverage for his workout. Later, Hyun-suk runs into a guy named Duke who is being bullied by guys from the vocal class. Hyun-suk stands up for Duke, but the teacher stops them from fighting. Duke is extended a hand by Hyun-suk, but he declines it and goes away. Hyun-suk receives a gift from Jae for his birthday and also discovers a bag containing clothing. Hyun-suk notices a huge mound of bags as Jae is leaving. The following day, Leon plans to humiliate Hyun-suk but is taken aback when Hyun-suk shows up dressed entirely in designer clothing. When Hannah inquires about the source of the clothing, Hyun-suk replies that it was his friend. Duke and his bully Vinny are both attending an audition that is taking place at a music studio. Vinny is the first to be called up and succeeds in winning over the producer. Duke gets dismissed without having the opportunity to perform when the producer notices that he is the last one left. The following day, Hyun-suk makes an effort to be cordial, but Duke finds it odd. Vinny taunts Duke during lunch since he submitted an application to sing at the festival. Vinny hits Duke after telling him that he would be embarrassing for their class. Hyun-suk speaks up to support Duke, and Jae and Jean join him. Bosco also shows up, then Vinny and his friends depart. Hyun-suk recovers the torn application and rejoins it. The following day, he tries to return it to Duke, but Duke is tired of Hyun-suk's nice guy persona. Duke discusses his festival performance in class and expresses confidence that he will triumph. Vinny becomes irritated when he sees Duke penning his lyrics and believes Duke should give up. After school, Vinny assaults Duke once more and destroys his notebook. Hyun-suk also learns more about the festival from Hannah, who also offers Hyun-suk the chance to play. Hyun-suk imagines what it would be like to perform when he is on cleaning duty. Duke eventually hears him singing outside. Hyun-suk is taken aback as Duke emerges behind him. Hyun-suk is shocked when Duke asks him to perform with him at the festival. Duke has already composed the lyrics. Jo is in awe of the two of them, but Duke cautions Hyun-suk that his technique needs work. Duke cautions Hyun-suk against over-practicing, pointing out that the vocal cords are sensitive. Hyun-suk discovers that he can practice in his other body even if his throat is already a little scratchy after school. The attractive girl came and praises Hyun-suk's voice. She gives him some throat lozenges and wishes him luck for the upcoming practice. Duke cautions Hyun-suk against over-practicing, but Hyun-suk responds that he didn't, at least not in this body. Duke thinks Hyun-suk must be a genius because of how much he has improved. Duke and Joe end up in the convenience shop. Joe offers his apologies for stealing the other day. Finally, they come to understand one another's experiences with bullying and express gratitude for having met Hyun-suk. Bosco emerges out of nowhere and inquires about Hyun-suk. Bosco understands that he had mistaken Hyun-suk for a nasty guy the entire time after hearing them all vouch for him. In the meantime, Vinny hopes to make his singing debut while rehearsing for the festival with his professionally written song. Even the store girl shows up to check it out on festival day. There are a variety of activities taking place, including arm wrestling, photo booth, and a clothing store. As Hyun-suk begins to feel anxious about performing, he unexpectedly recognizes the store girl. The girl is being pursued by Hyun-suk as she leaves, but she has no idea who he is. She doesn't like the school since everyone tends to make snap judgments about people based solely on their appearance, and she believes Hyun-suk is trying to hit on her by acting as though he knows her. She is so different from how she was in the store, which astounded Hyun-suk. Hyun-suk follows her as she flees, but her bodyguard stops him. Despite the bodyguard's formidable strength, Hyun-suk escapes. Hyun-suk falls to his knees after being struck by a crushing kick from the man. Bosco is punched in the face by the man when he arrives to support him, but Bosco remains unmoved. Hyun-suk stands back up, and they were ready to fight, but the girl stops her man, and they walk away. Vinny perform as the festival's main attraction. Hyun-suk becomes even more anxious as a result of their excellent performance, but Duke encourages him to focus on a loved one before taking the stage. Angered, Vinny hits Duke in the stomach after Duke congratulates him. When they both take the stage, Hyun-suk struggles to sing well due to anxiety. Duke enters and amazes everyone with his fantastic rap performance. Hyun-suk is able to sing after remembering Duke's suggestion to consider his mother, and the crowd, including a music producer, is blown away. They win the event as the crowd applauds them. The producer approaches them and says he wants to make them famous, but only Hyun-suk receives his business card. When Hyun-suk inquires about Duke, the producer responds that though he is talented, he lacks the attributes required for a successful professional career. To everyone's astonishment, Hyun-suk declines the producer's offer as well. The store girl sees their performance after it is posted online. Knowing that Hyun-suk is singing the same song she heard at the store, she recognizes him. The fact that she also has a second body is revealed as she wonders how this is possible. Like and subscribe to US Movie Recaps for more recaps.